You can sit too long on things. A house sits too long, it begins to get cobwebs. Water sits too long, it begins to get mold or fungus. They call it still water. A car sits too long, it begins to get rust. In fact, I could give a whole speech on things that just sat too long that I ain't never even gave before. You can sit too long in a bed. You can sit too long on a thought or a circumstance. You can sit too long in a decision. My dad used to say, you study long, you study wrong, Horace. When I was just a little bitty boy playing checkers with him, his way to try to get me to move a little bit faster, right? But today I want to talk to you about a pod that sat too long in my driveway. I'm talking about those pods that are for storage. And in this particular case, this pod was sitting in the driveway because they needed to do some repairs inside of the garage. Well, they came and did the repairs in the garage, but the pod just kept sitting there and they no longer came and picked it up. It just kept sitting and sitting month after month after month. In fact, it almost became like a second form of storage because we had occupied the garage with an entire different purposeful amount of things that no longer were needed when it came down to the stuff that we had sitting inside the pod. And so I'm just sitting here one day thinking to myself, if this pod kept sitting in the driveway, Horace, everything that's sitting inside of that pod, you don't even need no more. It's just junk. And so I called him and I told him to come pick up the pod and just throw everything away that was sitting inside of it. But it got me to thinking, how many times do we allow for things that no longer serve as purposes in our life to continue to just sit there and occupy spaces? You can sit too long on things, y'all. In this case, I'm talking about a pod in a driveway. But what you got that's sitting in your life that's occupying a space that no longer serves a purpose? Evaluate that. Because there's things that's sitting around us every single day that's not only just sitting there occupying space, but it's beginning to erode and crack at the surface that's right up under us, pulling away at our very purpose. So what you got that's sitting there entirely too long, occupying space in your life that no longer serves you a purpose? Get rid of it. Growth therapy. Class is in session, y'all.